ne tas auga nelaboja, ne tas auga nelaboja. Ceturtāji gadiņāji, ceturtāji gadiņāji, zelta ziediem noziedēja, zelta ziediem noziedēja.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So we are officially live out there on Facebook and YouTube now. I got that started. I will spare the Zoom audience a second intro to the program. I'll just briefly say this is Piano Tech Radio Hour, and we have Arta Jēkabsone. Did I say that right?
Yes.
On the program. Talented Latvian artist, and we'll just pick up our conversation here. We were having some technical difficulties, so you just performed one of her pieces. This is one of the advantages of subscribing to Piano Tech Radio Hour. You would not have missed the previous moments of today's program. They're very magical, and you will never know. Actually, if you subscribe, we will have a recording in the member area, so we'll have that. So that was very beautiful, and it is, yeah, there's something actually very enjoyable about listening to music in a language that I don't understand. And it just brings you a little bit more to the roots of language being more than semantics, of the actual words, right? There's all the intonation and inflection, the rhythms, and you get to enjoy language without all the baggage of what it's supposed to mean. And and just hear the music as more musical. Now tell me, so was that a folk song or just inspired by a folk song?
So this is an actual folk song, and this is like one of the folk songs that I learned as a kid. Like one of the folk songs that really has been going in my life since I grew up, and it's just, but it's changed a lot. I think sometimes people are like, "Is this really a folk song?" But it is. Like in a core, like the melody is da 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 da. So that's the whole melody. And what I always do, I love to change. Like I love the colorfulness. Like and I love to play always like with the harmony. And so with a lot of like folkloric songs, what I've done is just like change the harmony. Something that I found like fitting and like figuring out the way in what like stylistics also it could go. Yeah, it could be in. Yeah.
And are the words that you're singing also the original words, or were there no words to it, or?
So there are original words, and it's really interesting. In Latvian folkloric music, we oftentimes like these songs are related with nature, or like with the how would I say, like this folk song is kind of with you, like with the person since like the beginning, like when they're being born, when they're also like living their lives, and also at the end of their, like when they pass away. So like there's like folk songs that like talk about like all of like the life, and also like the connection with nature, like how do we feel about nature. And this particular song, like I'm walking through the silver grow, the way how I understood it, and I think like it's only like my way maybe of thinking about these lyrics. It's basically it's a song about like cleansing. It's about a song about like feeling the way how you feel, how you walk in the life, and how you are connecting with the nature, and like how do you appreciate it, and in this song I talk about I'm walking through the silver grow, and even though there's days when I want to cry, I'm not kind of afraid of like crying out loud. It's totally okay. And if I have those tears, I'm just gonna like wipe them away in the with the birch tree. Like, so that kind of like relationship. I mean, that's like a very like in a nutshell. But like I definitely like the essence of this folk songs that I always keep is the lyric, and then also the melody. At least I'm trying. But like the other thing with these folk songs, which is interesting, our like folk tradition is very like oral in a way, and it started like with these like folk poems, which are like 4 row long, and they talk about like different topics, and the person, like there were a couple of people who were like walking from house to house to village and like collecting these folk poems, like from like women and from like from men, and like collecting them and basically making them into something tangible, so like from generations to generation people can still read about them and understand like what that is, and like how really we are embedded in this culture of nature, and in these rituals of sun and moon and all of that. But it's interesting that some of these folk songs, I'm not sure about this one, but like there's one Pūt Vēji, which has kind of become like as an anthem to the Latvians. It's called Blow Winds. It has different verses, and in each region like sings it a little bit like differently. Either like melodically or also like some lyrics are changed. And it's fascinating to me because in Latvia, like I learned one way of singing this way because I come from Kurland, from Kurzeme, but like in Latgalian, they might sing it a little bit like differently. And also like in US, there's a lot of like Latvian like communities here in the US, and also they sing them differently, how they remember from when they were kids, or like how they grew up singing those. So it's very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end here within the next 10 minutes. So I think I would love to hear something else before we wrap up. Would you be willing to share one more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I actually have what I thought it could be like nice to have a little jazz standard. And
Oh,
this is
sure.
actually one of my favorite ones that I love to sing, and I created like a little arrangement. And I think it also, as much as like I'm not a very like political person or don't like to like really like talk about those things, but I feel like we really are like globally in this very interesting time where I think the humanity needs to like wake up and like sort of be like more together and like kind of find love and peace, and finding a way to find a communication, like communicate as one, not like all the time like yelling at one another. And so this song came to my mind. It's with the title On a Clear Day, and I think that's what I'm also like wishing at this moment to everyone. Be kind to yourselves, to your neighbors, to your like strangers, to everyone, and just let's make this world a little bit of a like easier place for us to like coexist together. And so yeah, like I wish everyone more peace and more love these days on a clear day. No more clouds, only sun. Open your but you can hear from far and near the world you've never ever heard before. On a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever, see forever, see forever. No more clouds, only sun. Open your eyes.
Thank you. Very nice. Yeah, it is nice to have a little jazz standard there.
Something uplifting.
Yeah, it's interesting too, as a listener and as a piano player, and not much of a singer, but haven't tried. I feel like you've been drawn to your vocals, and you mentioned studying vocals, right? But you're a talented piano player. How much has piano playing been a part of your progress over the years? Did you pick it up to support the singing? Is it just for composition purposes? Do you kind of like to just play the piano as well? What's your relationship there?
It's interesting. I think honestly, like I wouldn't call myself like as a piano player, like as I started as like a violinist, and the singing was always there. But I think I really fell in love with the jazz piano because of the like freedom of the chords and like being able to like structure the things how I kind of like hear it and like I see it. But it definitely has been like a huge part of like when I compose music and also like when I accompany myself. And I do have to say thank you to the Latvian communities who kind of like in a friendly way like forced me to kind of like actually accompany myself like even more, because like I used to go and do these like solo shows throughout these Latvian communities here like alone, so I would have to like really learn how to accompany myself. And I think like now it's become, I think like I feel definitely like way more comfortable of like playing and like accompanying myself and exploring rhythms and things that I normally probably would allow somebody else to do. But I think for me it's just like another like way how to express myself and also like how to challenge myself in getting better at something that I don't know that well, or like it's not I wasn't like I wasn't like classically trained like as a pianist, but like more as a violinist. And but I'm definitely like grateful for this education, like, and kind of like forcing myself to like really step into that. And it's interesting, like with the composition, I could say that more or less everything that I do is throughout like composing with the piano. So it's been like a tool that is very helpful.
Yeah, I was curious whether you were gonna have a piano solo on that one, right? And then we had the vocal solo. I know. So, yeah. Just thinking through, like,
I mean,
how
I'm
much.
learning. I think it's getting like better, but I think there's definitely like so much work that I still need to do with singing. I think I'm getting to a point where it's getting easier because I think like my ear is like flexible enough to hear things and the changes. But when it comes to the piano, I think it's my mind that's a little bit like blocking, because I mean like what they always like say if you're able to sing it, you're able to play it. And I think that's how it is. But I think it's maybe like my mindset of like, oh, I'm scared to like improvise. But like sometimes like alone, if I not in public, then I would like allow myself to do and fail, and it's fine.
That was interesting. Yeah, I mean, who knows where you'll go? You may not go in that direction, but yeah, I could see you doing some interesting. You can like, even like riff back and forth to yourself, right? You can trade forwards or something with your
Yeah.
vocal. Anyways, that's for another day. Well, we should wrap up here pretty soon. I'll do our outro momentarily, but any final thoughts or words of wisdom or any comments you'd like to make before we wrap up?
Hi. I mean, it's been a lovely to meet you, and lovely to like see some people. I know there's like one of my also close friends, Ilona Kudiņa, who is an amazing Latvian flutist, jazz flutist, and she also plays classical music. And we've worked and collaborated together, and we're still doing. And she has a nice venue in Boston in called Alternative Latvian Venue, where every single month she's doing performances. So if you're out in Boston area, you should come and check it out. It's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm just I'm grateful always like for these opportunities to like meeting new people, and yeah, like just like sharing like what's been happening inside of me like artistically, and I'm always like happy and grateful to see that people are like resonating with what I'm doing, because as an artist oftentimes you're just doing it and you sort of at least like for me, like it's not something that I expect like to happen, in that kind of way. And for me, it's just like very nice when people like reach out and are interested in what I do, and that makes me just like think about that. I guess I'm on the right path, and just what I have to do is like keep on going and doing music and exploring the things that matter to me, and also hopefully matter to other people. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, glad to be a part of your journey, and look forward to seeing you on a stage with Jacob Collier soon. All right, I'll do our outro. When I'm done, we'll end the call. But if you want to just jump quickly back on the Zoom and just you and me, we'll do a quick wrap up after that. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, we have reached the end of another musical journey here at Piano Tech Radio Hour. Thanks to Arta Jēkabsone for joining us today, as well as our live audience here on Zoom and the folks on the socials. As always, we're brought to you by Piano Technicians Masterclasses. This cutting-edge instruction from piano industry masters without leaving your home. If you joined this session individually today, you could make your life more convenient by subscribing to Piano Tech Radio Hour, just $16 a month. You get recording of today's session in our member area, as well as automatic registration for each week's new session. You could sign up at bit.ly/join PTRH, bit.ly/join PTRH. And don't forget about the podcast, the Substack, the socials, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, sign up for our email list on the website. And without further ado, we'll wrap up for today, and we'll see you again next time. All right, bye-bye, everyone.